This was a preventive war to prevent Ukraine from joining the alliance. In April 2008, as you well know, NATO announced that Ukraine would become a member of the alliance. The Russians made it very clear at the time, this is in April 2008, that this was an existential threat, Ukraine and NATO, and they were not going to let it happen. The brightest of red lights, as Nick Burns, who's now the head of the CIA, wrote to Condoleezza Rice in 2008 when he was the U.S. ambassador to Moscow. And we nevertheless ignored what Burns said, we ignored what Putin said, and we pushed forward. And we now have this situation where you have a major war that's been taking place since February of 2022. And the question is, how do you end the war? And Putin has made it unequivocally clear that there are two conditions that have to be met before he will negotiate and even agree to a ceasefire. So we're not talking about these are the two conditions that are necessary for a final deal. He's saying the two conditions that are necessary to start negotiations and get a ceasefire are, number one, Ukraine has to make it unequivocally clear, formally declare that it will not become a member of NATO. It will be a neutral state. And number two, Ukraine and the West have to recognize that the 4 oblasts plus Crimea that Russia has now annexed are Russian territory forever.